Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Dragon Quest III 2D HD 100% guide. We have just accepted the moniker of 100% guide. We are going to be going through and trying to get 100% of all of the trophies here on the Steam achievement list. But right now, we get a good roll on Adrieth. We're after getting her service call to summon an innkeeper. So we're now able to explore the top floor and basically be at full strength. Now, the whole puzzle of the pyramid is based on the top floor. And I went meandering and moving all throughout this floor trying to find some sort of guidance or understanding as to how do we get to the top area where we have that, icon, the guy the boss that's going to have the secret key or the magic key or whatever we're bloody well looking for. But I cut out an awful lot of those battles. I kind of meander around, I get lost, I press buttons that drop us down, I then think, is there some other way I can look around in this area and find some sort of code or cipher to know which buttons to press where? There must be something somewhere. So I go upstairs. And upstairs all we have is a blue door that's locked and we're not able to make our way through it, and we need the right key to open it. Spoiler alert, that right key is the magic key, and funny story, I get it, zoom out and explore other areas that I see blue doors in and completely forget that upstairs there's a blue door and I'm under pressure then to go back and look for it again. I'm only after realising here during the post-commentary conversation with you all that I completely didn't go near the top floor. So I do very much apologise. But as I say, all I can say now is that Adrieth carries the party with that service call ability, and Serena makes absolutely, chef's kiss, top tier plays with the spell Magical Barrier for this next big boss fight. We discover this child here, and she is explaining the way to open the way. That the round buttons are essentially the ones, and the small buttons open the way. The easternmost west, and the westernmost east. Try pushing the sun button. Now, if we look on the map, there are two areas with two buttons on each side, one on the east and one on the west. And basically, I tried many different times because I was understanding north is the top area where the demon or the next boss is. I was going, okay, if that's north, then the westernmost button on the east hand side and the easternmost button on the west hand side. But that in fact is not what needs to be done. And so what you're going to see now in a little moment is just a montage of all the different ways I was pressing the buttons, falling down, pressing the buttons, falling down, pressing the buttons and falling down again and again and again. It was great for getting experience, but I was then there being like, alright, we're on the western side. Are we going to press the most western button? No. So then is it the easternmost button on the west hand side and the westernmost button on the east hand side? And the answer was, once again, no. So I fell. And then I thought, okay, maybe it was because I pressed the other button first. Maybe it means I need to zoom back and enter the temple from the very beginning. No. Maybe it's this one. No. No. Basically, every attempt I was pressing it was incorrect and, not what we needed to be doing. So, for now, this is the winning run. So you go over, again, if we're considering the top north, you go to the eastern side and you press the easternmost button first. So press this one, it will click and then it will stay in place. Now, what I then did every other time was literally go press that one, It worked. I pressed the one beside it, I fell. I pressed the one over here and it fell. And so I literally was just doing trial and error to try and get the 2 buttons to stay down. And I was then just praying it was not the case that I had to get all 4 buttons to stay down. That would have been a nightmare. But as you can see, Serena is low on the Owl MP. She wouldn't be exactly spamming a bunch of mid-heals. So my next wish and hope for Adrieth was, listen girl, if we can get another innkeeper, we might have the best chance we have at, you know, having an autosave and being able to go towards this big bad boss and see how we get on. And I literally was like panicking, just going like, I had literally taken a picture of that little girl's dialogue and I was literally sitting there sweating, being like, oh my god, okay, so the westernmost east and the easternmost west or whatever bloody thing she said. And I just was getting so panicky. And eventually I just said, oh look at, we have the 1 button down and, you know, we're just going to have to go with it. Like, we're going to just have to do our best. So I went for the westernmost button on the west, pressed the button, and then I got told the sound of stone grinding against stone is heard off in the distance. And then I went to go check and see, okay, is the magic key door open? Please God, yes, let it be so. And that's basically how you do that puzzle, everybody. To me, what the little girl said just didn't make sense to me in my head. Maybe this is what she means and I'm just not processing what she's saying. But again, we go to Adrieth, we call for a service call, a travelling inn appears, and we're able to rest, fully heal HP and MP. And this is where I was like, right, look it. We are just going to have to give this a go. See if we're able to approach and win. And it was not a boss fight. You know, it wouldn't be a Dragon Quest game if the boss fights were not an absolute nail-biting, sweat-inducing challenge.
How did you find your way here? Don't tell me you're lost. It hardly matters. I'm feeling kind today, so I won't make you suffer much.
So it was at this moment I knew I possibly messed up. Those little Cthulhu monsters are terrifying, and the demon has a whip and is doing all sorts of debuffs, all sorts of AoE attacks, and then we have like magic from the bloody evil yolks, and you know, Whoosh doing like 20 plus damage to everyone. This is not the best vibe. This is not how. And then they're healing, they're putting things to sleep. I'm like, oh god, this is actually really quite intense. But we're gonna just keep doing our best. We're gonna hopefully get rid of one of these things, which we do really good. And obviously that one was going to heal the other one, but then when we got rid of it, we were actually able to you know, make it just heal itself. But now I'm literally like, no, okay, I'm going to take over now because I'm under pressure, and I need everyone to be doing this. Like, I just need it to work. Now, Hawkeye Claw never misses, and oh my god, she wakes up, thank goodness. We're getting good damage. We're getting good damage, and we're doing so much damage that the thing healed itself. So that's good. Now I'm like, I need to mid-heal Serena, and I need to just keep on the offensive with my other gang. We are going to quickly give her a mid-heal, try and get her, you know, alive and working well. We're doing good, like 70 damage with Kakashi, but it's the AoE. It's the AoE that's stressing us out with and like Serena is doing her darndest, but Kakashi and Adrieth just, they're not having the same amount of, I suppose, defense that Recusant has. And I'm literally like, no, it's fine. We're going to try our best to just mid-heal Adrieth. And that miss is so upsetting on the other, you know, Cthulhu monster. Now, having been hit with the zap, it's unlikely that, you know, her stone's throw damage would have taken it out. But it could have, in which case I could have had both Recusant and Serena on healing duty to try and keep Kakashi up. But we were outsped anyway, so it's not ideal. We get mid-heal on Recusant, and now it's just trying to Zin. We both have the resurrection spell, but it's just such a low chance. But I'm like, listen, me and Serena are on really good health. Kakashi gets straight back up, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, Recusant, you clearly have the luck. Try and get Adrieth up. We'll just try a leg sweep to stun, and then I'm going to try mid-heal Kakashi. The stun misses, and he goes back down again. So now I'm like, okay, we have Adrieth, but now because I tried to mid-heal Kakashi, and Kakashi then died, the target of the spell defaults back to Serena, and I wasn't able to heal Adrieth. And now I'm being like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. And they're just going to go back and forth, going up and down, and I won't actually be able to heal them both. Now, the enemy, for whatever reason, decided then, oh, I'm going to bedazzle everybody and make them blind instead of just attacking Adrieth. So I'm like, no, it's fine. We have a chance now. Let's just mid-heal Adrieth to get her like up to full. The swoosh is doing tons. We are not hitting because we're bedazzled. And I'm kind of like, no, listen, Recusant, we're just going to have to keep on zinning. We're going to have to try and get everybody back up and alive. And it just is really looking rough. He's getting multiple attacks in a row, and now Serena's about to go down. Oh, brother, we have like our healer about to drop. We have our DPS that can always attack through even befuddlement down. And we have no items. Kakashi's back. The dazzle was great. And now Serena's back to full. All we need is for, you know, Recusant to, or no, the leg sweep. We just need him to cripple your man, and then we get back our momentum. He's after been tripped. He's after skipping his turn. We're now healed and mid-healed. The full party is back at full fighting fitness. He only has one attack. I'm going to try leg sweep again. No, I'm going to try Hawkeye attack because he's befuddled. The leg sweep will miss. And then I go, I learned magical protection. Let's try magical protection. The wind sickle nearly takes out Recusant, but now we have magic barrier. We have AoE, team-wide magical defense boost. We're going to try and use all of our healing just to get Recusant back to a positive level of HP. He is so fast. He is so fast. But look at that. The whoosh did nothing. The whoosh did so little. And now we're back to complete fighting fitness. I'm actually going to zap with Recusant. We're going to keep the Hawkeye strike. We're going to Stone's Throw. And we're actually going to lower his defense with Sap. Look. I'm literally like, hang on here. Sap. And we're now realizing, look, if Adrieth didn't have that magic defense up, she would have just dropped, I'd say. Another Hawkeye strike, and we're going to attack with Adrieth and her mustard strength. Sorry, I say that word, and I hear, like, the yellow condiment with ketchup. I'm trying to say mustard, but it sounds like mustard. Anyway, we're going to keep zapping, Hawkeye clawing, and we're going to, again, just keep attacking, and now get the magic barrier back up, girly. We're missing, though. We're getting good damage. We're getting great damage. He's in the red. He's in the red. We're going to keep that Hawkeye strike, and we're going to Stone's Throw, and now we're going to accelerate. We're going to speed everybody up. He's casting Whoosh. It's doing like 1-digit magic damage. That's how pathetic it is. We're now going to probably outspeed. And literally from the, you know, jaws of defeat, we clawed our way to a first try victory with the whole gang. And with Kakashi finishing it off our absolute mad lad. Could not have done it without him. The group gets an astronomical amount of EXP, and we get levels galore. First try victory to the second boss in the game. Absolutely unbelievable. Could not be happier. Like, loving the 9 extra HP, the new ability. Adrieth getting just tons of HP as well. Like, we're not surprised. This is her usual. She's like nearly at 200 HP. And then Serena, not for the first time on this channel, getting absolutely mad stats as well. Like, our girl just skyrockets.
Seems I misjudged you. Oh, but I mustn't let down the Archfiend. This key cannot fall into your hands. Listen, don't celebrate just yet. My life may be spent, but the boss troll will make short work of you.
And with that we get another achievement. Second boss of the game down, magic key acquired. And then unfortunately, I'm just so excited that I'm just stunned, first of all, that I like beat the boss first try. Absolutely amazed that, you know, everybody was alive for the finale, because that could have been crazy divvying up of EXP if somebody was KO'd. We get the magic key. We get a banishing bell accessory. And then I go, wait a second. I'm just going to go save. And yeah, a curious bell that helps resistance to all status ailments. But now that we have the magic key, we can open the door at the outpost and go down to Portuga, which is where we were asked to go to further our quest. But I literally head back to Ibis. I file, save, and have a rest. And basically where we pick up is just the next day with another recording session. But I basically go, hang on. I remember seeing a bunch of other keys and doors in like Aliahan's castle. I'm gonna go there. And for whatever reason, I'd never gone this way in the town. I assumed that this brought us out of town, out to like, you know, the desert. Because I was like, I'm going to just quickly grind Kakashi, get him a few levels. And then I was like, huh? There's just the desert castle that I never stepped next nor near to in Ibis. And then I'm like, oh, maybe the king will be like, oh my god, you have to like stop the demons. They're after going into our ancient monastery. And then I realized, oh wait, these are red doors. I can have a look-see. I can have a nose. Because I have that beautiful thief's key that unlocks the red doors. And now I have the magic key that unlocks the blue doors. But I'm like, I've never even been here before. Let me explore. And I'll be honest, guys, like I was floored. I was sweating. I was just like, Zin, please work. Oh my god, how am I going to get this to happen? But then we get onto the blue door. And just like Aliahan's castle, there's just clusters of treasure chests. And I'm like, Sage's Elixir, that's basically like MP restoration. We'll love that. We get a wisdom seed. We love that. And I'm just realizing, oh my god, I can go back to Aliahan as well. I remember rooms with like four different treasure chests. And like the game probably wouldn't expect you to remember that because it was so early on. There's probably really good loot there. Because that's what I do appreciate about this game. It rewards you for, you know, backtracking, for noticing things, and I suppose taking the time to see certain things and then log that and say, oh actually, I'll go back and check on that. Oh actually, I can go back and look at that. Because I'm sure if we first arrived, when we're trying to investigate about the temple, you know, we see the blue doors, and this is like the tutorial for You know, we get a new key, we can unlock new doors. But I end up equipping Serena with the banishing bell just because I'm like, at the very least, she might resist silence, you know? And then I'm like, who am I trying to talk to? And then it goes meow and I realize, oh, it was a cat. We pet the cat. It's okay. And I'm like, through the blue door being like, there must be a mini medal. There must be something here. Because this was a double door behind the blue lock. But if there's something there, leave a comment. I went rooting and I'm like, I don't think there's anything here. But I'm still slightly in shock, guys. We actually completely 100% first tried a boss in Dragon Quest. Never thought it could be me. And it very nearly wasn't me. Like, if he hadn't have done bedazzlement on certain elements. Mini medal! Woohoo. We have mini medal. And then I get this gold tiara and I start foostering with this gold tiara because I'm like, no, I'll leave Serena's hood on and then I'm going to maybe not equip Adrieth with it, and then I'm trying to find it because I'm like, maybe Kakashi can wear it, and then I can't find it. But what I did notice is if you go to the show icon, because we have a merchant, Adrieth gives us this whole little spiel and she's like, it makes you feel like and it can only be equipped by women. So I'm like, oh. So, fair enough. But I don't want the aristocratic personality. It isn't going to vibe at anybody. But essentially, I then do what I set out to do originally when I stumbled upon the palace. I was like, I just want to go outside and just get some levels for Kakashi. So I went back to the pyramid, just stayed in the opening area, got our level ups. Kakashi's officially 3-digit HP. We love that for him. And then I jaunt back to Aliahan because I'm like, I remember there were locked doors and the thief's key didn't work. So, let me in here. And what's so sound is like, this guy's full on like, I know Ortega everything. You can literally plunder the royal treasury. I will say absolutely nout to anyone. And oh my god, we get like magic rune staves. Like, are they for sages or wizards? I don't even know. We get a seed of strength. That's for recusant. We get treasure upon treasure, seed after seed. But the one thing we do get from one of the last treasure chests we open is an accessory that gifts the wearer, changes their personality to the paragon, which causes, that's this one here, the mighty armlet, that causes strength to go up extremely fast. So I'm putting that on the recusant just because he's the only static character that like will never change. And I saw on lots of guides then on like, you know, good personalities to give your different characters. I heard that Paragon is the best one for your hero. So I was like, fair enough. I'll pop it on the hero, so. But that has been this episode, ladies and gents. I hope you all really enjoyed. And I'm really sorry because the eagle-eyed among you will look back and realize, recusant, you actually were so befuddled by the tiara that you actually left a treasure chest closed in the Ibis Castle. And I don't, you know, realize it until I'm editing, and I kind of had another recording session in the interim, so I kind of just plowed on. But like, do not worry, I am making physical notes and I'm saying go back to Ibis and go back to the temple for the blue door. But that's been this episode. You've been amazing, and I will chat to you next time. Have a good one.